And good evening. Happy Friday evening, everybody. Happy to be with you tonight. We've got a few things to talk about, a little bit of news from Silver Dollar City and a whole bunch of guesswork. A couple of little blurbs out of Disney. I've got a big box sitting right here that just arrived today to open up for you. But overall, kind of a little bit of a light news day. So I'm thinking we should do something really special tonight just for Craig. How about Sir Willow the musical? Okay, I am kidding about the Sir Willow the musical bit. I could just see Craig's in there going, no. Although I did actually record a podcast yesterday that'll post up in a couple weeks here with Ride for Your Life Ministries, and can't wait for that post. And we actually did talk about the singing thing a little bit, but yeah, I was like, oh, hey, we have an opportunity here. It's actually kind of a light news period out of the parks. Not a whole lot of big stuff. Disneyland is going to be redoing their entry gates, which assuming that means that there's a security area down there. So that's kind of overdue because it's a bit of a mess. And then the other big news out of Disneyland is they reopened the front of the monorail trains to riders again. So that has actually been closed for years since a crash on the Walt Disney World monorail that happened while I was working down there. So, I mean, it's been quite a while. Uh, but other than that, not a whole lot new out of Disney since D23 and all that discussion. The big thing out there right now really is Silver Dollar City. They have posted that they've got a big announcement coming up in 2 weeks. Uh, Big announcement. They're saying the biggest announcement in the history of the park. So that's kind of what the focus is. Craig, missed the monorail co-pilot licenses. I'm hoping that comes back to Disneyland. It would make sense since they're reopening it again. But yeah, so Silver Dollar City, I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but the big question is, what are they announcing? They've said that it's the biggest expansion. Um, Brendan, they finally admitting the truth about the Mystic River Sharks. That could be fun, definitely. And I've had some definite ideas for a little while. In fact, was it 3 months ago, 4 months ago? I had actually posted a video asking basically, what is going to be coming up. Let me see if I can find it here. I'm just trying to remember when exactly I posted it. It may have been actually, it was before April, so it's been a little bit. But I did start talking a little bit about what I think is next, what's obvious. They have talked repeatedly about how much land they have. They just, this last year, finally settled on a piece of property that is just west of the park a little bit that used to have these housing project that never got finished and a mess, and so they've removed all that, but it's right by the park, has an entry road already basically built in there, so it provides a great spot. They've had huge success with the Dollywood Resort. So I think the resort, as uh, Megan says here, I think the resort is a pretty obvious uh, thing that's coming. Uh, I would be really surprised if they don't do a resort. So I expect that to come. Oh, and by the way, folks, we are also doing a fingers crossed that my internet does not die because we have been having issues the last couple weeks where it has been up and down and up and down. And if you notice, I started Twitch streaming again. I kind of stopped, and that's the reason why. So far, we're still up. We had another repair guy here today, and so I'm hoping it got fixed. Uh, but we are uh, the resort. I think is a pretty obvious thing. Dollywood has had huge success with theirs. They've got the land for it. So I'd be shocked if they don't announce a resort. What I'm kind of thinking is, I don't think it's going to be just the resort. I'm really thinking that they're also going to announce a little bit more, maybe a lot a bit more. They have already implied at various times that they have an announcement about what they call the Pumpkin Festival area. It's basically where they have the DJs and the stage and some of the food, that's getting redone. So I really do think that is going to be part of it as well. But I think that part of the resort where they're going to build it, that area where I'm guessing they're going to build it, anywhere along that side of the park, there's no way to put an entrance in. And I expect an entrance. So how do you put an entrance into the park if it's not quite by the park, unless you expand the park? So I am expecting a park expansion to be also part of the plans. I don't know if they'll announce any rides per se, maybe a couple small things, but I'm expecting Silver Dollar City to finally go the route Dollywood did. Dollywood between 2004 and 2015 doubled in size and huge increase in their attendance. Silver Dollar City has doubled their parking lot and done all of this other work. I've been saying this now for probably a year. Park expansion is coming, resort is coming, and I think we're going to finally get this announcement. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun to see. I have no idea on theming or anything else. I think we'll get some of that. That should be fun. Do I think internet has to do with the hurricane? In my case, no. I'm pretty sure it's outside lines. We replaced modem and some other stuff, so I'm hoping we fixed it. But it's definitely been local for me for my internet. Let's see here. Oh, and then Megan's also excited, or Brendan. When I'm up, down, touch the ground, it puts me in the mood for food. I would expect a new restaurant to be part of this announcement as well. So I am excited about what's coming. I think it's going to be really cool just because Silver Dollar City does such a wonderful job. I was actually talking to somebody the other day that had just visited Silver Dollar City for the first time, and they were blown away by the detail and the atmosphere and all of that. And I'm like, yeah, just wait. Just wait. It's going to get even better. So let's see here. I was just at Silver Dollar City for the Harvest Festival, Pumpkins in the City, riding the train, firing the hole 3 times, going back in November for Christmas. Absolutely. And it's fun. I tell people they actually outdo Disney Christmas. So I am really excited about the future of Silver Dollar City. I can't wait to sit here in a couple weeks. It's the 17th is when they're making the announcement. I'm really kind of sitting here half expecting to be going, told you. Now, I have not heard yet if they're having people meet at the park for the announcement. I have not received an invitation, so I don't know if they're doing anything like that. I don't know if they're live streaming it yet. That hasn't necessarily become clear. They've just said, wait till that day for the announcement. Once I know, I will probably try to do something. If they're just live streaming it, I may very well try to pull up and do a reaction stream at the same time in commentary. I'm hoping it would be awesome if they actually have something at the park. And if I find out about that, I will see if I can't be there for it. That would also be really nice. So we're hoping, we're waiting to see. So it's sincere always. Go to SEC on Friday. Almost no lines or anything. Yep. Friday. Well, actually, when we were there last Saturday, Wildfire was a walk-on. Powder Keg had about a 15-20 minute wait, if it was even that long. Outlaw Run was a walk-on. The one thing that really had a line was Fire in the Hole. That was 75 minutes. But otherwise, everything else, the lines really were not bad. And it was a Saturday. I was shocked, honestly. It was really nice. So, could Branson be the next Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg area? Actually, Shane, Branson has been doing that since before Pigeon Forge did. Pigeon Forge is an imitation of Branson versus the other way around. Branson's been doing this for a long time. So when you look at a lot of what's in the Pigeon Forge area, Gatlinburg was a winter resort kind of ski area. It didn't have much. They really have been inspired by Branson in a lot of ways. So let's see, Troy. Hi, I'm your new subscriber and like to the channel. Awesome. Welcome, Troy, and happy Maine. I have not been to Maine. That's one of the few states I haven't been to. So that's kind of the big news. There's not a whole lot of big stuff. It's kind of waiting for the announcement. And like I said, I will have some sort of reaction or something for it. And then we will kind of see where we end up from there. But yeah, this is going to be a great night. It's kind of a laid back, relaxed one. If you got questions, throw them out there. Be happy to answer them. Hoping that I will see Judy pop on here pretty soon because the big box that's sitting here. Well, here, I'll just show you. You can tell it's a Judy box. And my poor postal ladies are going to be very upset because Judy sent this one via UPS. It didn't go to the post office, and they love her boxes. So they're like, I'm sure I'm going to hear, where was their box? We didn't get to see it. So let's see. I want to say Disney, Silver Dollar City took inspiration from Disney for creating the new Fire in the Hole with some of the visuals. I don't know S&C Railway Lines if you ever rode the old Fire in the Hole, but that is basically what it's all built on. The scenes are coming out of there. They've updated stuff, absolutely. But Fire in the Hole, or if you go to Dollywood, ride Blazing Fury, the inspiration is very obvious where it came from. And the visuals, honestly, they're a natural update for a lot of what's there. So now believe it or not, there's actually been a couple of times Disney's copied Silver Dollar City. They do look at what each other does and get ideas. I mean, if you look at the Christmas lights over Midtown at Silver Dollar City, they're very much inspired by the Osborne lights, but they are not the Osborne lights. They're all built in the park, built by the people in the park. But yeah, Silver Dollar City doesn't get as much inspiration from Disney as some people might think. So, Shane, how do cast members see through the fur characters' heads? Well, it's kind of hard because if you get a head in front of you, I don't know. If I have somebody's head in front of me, I can't see through it. And if I did see through their head, I would probably worry a little bit. That would be kind of scary. Somebody with a see-through head. Now, there was an X-Men that actually kind of had a see-through head, but he was really odd, strange, kind of a side character you didn't see very much. Yeah, I hope they don't see through the fur characters' heads. That'd be just weird. Hey, Mickey, I'm looking through your ear and I can see out the other ear. Oh, unless, of course, Shane, what you're actually asking is how do they see out of their head? The same way you do, with their eyes. Let's see. Have you tried the hot dog wrapped with a pretzel on the stick at Silver Dollar City? Absolutely. In fact, on the Fire in the Hole preview day, they gave us samples of it. They are really good. Really good. I'm generally not a big pretzel at the park fan, but those are awesome. Absolutely awesome. Let's see. When I was at Silver Dollar City, they were already putting Christmas lights up. So here's a fun thing. So the Christmas lights have been going up since July. It's a long, long process. So there's more lights up there than you realize there are. Hey, Craig, there are some guests who don't seem to have much going on between their ears. That's because they either locked their brains in the trunk or the finger scanner sucked them out or the brains went on vacation while the rest of them didn't. Yeah. That's why we got so many weird questions like, when did they move the cave? Or what time's the 3 o'clock parade? Or, when's the train get back? When it's done. Yeah. Or what do you mean I can't hop over this fence to take a picture? Some of the stuff you see. Hey, it helped build my channel. What can I say? Yeah. So, Chiefs 15. Interesting question. Would you rather see a resort or park expansion? Yes. I don't think they're separate. I don't think you can do one without the other. The park expansion will be to link up and connect a resort. The resort will have to have a park expansion to connect it. The resort's not going to necessarily be separate. I don't see them doing a separate resort. I see them doing extra entrance for the people at it, kind of like Disney does with the Grand Californian, and it has its own entrance into Disney's California Adventure. I really see them doing the same. It may be one of those deals where they have one part done before the other, and it may take a couple years to get it finished, but I don't see them being separate. I really don't. So, um, let's see. Is there anything you don't like or wish Silver Dollar City would change currently? Ooh, oh, I don't. I'll have to think about that. Um, Thunderation could be updated. Thunderation's gotten pretty bad. Outlaw Run, I would not mind seeing them change the topper track on it to the type of track that RMC uses on the rest of their coasters now. The topper track experiment has not worked real good. Uh, that probably would be the two things I would change. Uh, Other than that, I really can't think of anything. So, love that. When is the big announcement from Silver Dollar City? On the 17th. So in 13 days, it will Thursday or Friday. Yeah. But that's when it's coming. So, and Craig, I love Grand Cal. Grand California is such a beautiful resort. It's such a nice place to stay. It really is. I absolutely love it. So and it was fun being able to take advantage of the private entrance when you were there. Let's see here. Let's see. JZ0357. Believe the new Universal Park, assuming you mean down in Florida, has its own hotel. Going to be open with the park, separate exits like Grand California. I believe they are doing the connected resort there as well. And it's been a little bit since I've looked it up, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. So, let's see here. Oh, S&C. So they changed the saloon show a little bit to a magic show. One segment of the show was magic. They really didn't change the whole thing. Every year they do a different version of the saloon show. They try something new. They have different skits and acts. This year, one of them was a magic bit, but they have actually done that in the past. And I will agree, it's not the best saloon show they've ever had, but it's not a magic show. It's still a saloon show. But yeah, they've got a lot of different stuff. It'll be all different again next year. So one of the things I do love with the saloon is they always do something a little bit different. So Wonderful Gaming's got a great question. Do you ever think they will restore the little Davenport? And if you don't know what the Davenport is, it's also called the Ford engine. And let me see here if I can. All right. I'm going to pull this little guy up for you so that way you can see what I am talking about. And this is the Davenport. This is actually the original train engine that they used in the park, and it would pull just two cars behind it. This is the reason that the robbery show exists, is because this poor little engine would get down to the bottom of the hill and it would not have enough steam to be able to get back up the hill. So it had to sit there and build up steam for several minutes. And while it was doing that, then they would do the robbery to give people something to do so they weren't bored. Well, then they got the bigger engines that they run now. Those don't have to stop and build up steam. And so this got relegated to the side. And it's been retired ever since. It actually at one point was set out where kids could climb on it. And that's why you see things like that one big dent right by the gold band on the boiler. Right there. So, do I think it will ever be restored? No. The engine itself, they're not going to run it again. It's not strong enough to pull those cars around the track, especially not the number of people that they want. So they have freshened up. There was a point where it looked really bad. So they have done a wonderful job making it look good again, but the chances of it ever running again are probably not very good. It's not going to be cost effective for the park. It would require the whole boiler to be replaced. Partially, I mean, you can see the dent, but there's a number of issues there that it would just not be worth fixing, especially when they're not going to run it. So, But yeah, it is in um it's not in better shape than the other engines because it doesn't run and it can't run. Their other engines are definitely much better. They're nice engines. I love those engines. So, but, but that's the current status of the Davenport. It's sitting right now at the train station. You can see the other tracks there. So this is actually while you're waiting for the train to come in, you can look out across the tracks, and that's where it's parked, is right there. So you can see it. And I love the fact they've got it out where people can see it, preserve part of the history of the park. So it's there, but it it's never going to go again. So it's about a third the size of the current engines. So, but yeah, that's the Davenport. Actually, at one time, neat historical fact, it was owned by Henry Ford, maker of the guy who owns the car company, owned the car company. Yep. Um, yeah, neat history with that engine. I have not seen Judy pop on, and was kind of waiting to see if she might. I'm hoping she would because I got this big box to open, but we'll see. So, a little bit of discussion. Um, 14 returned to the Frisco Silver Dollar Line. What happened to the 14? So, one of the things that they do because they now have 5 engines is they are in the process of taking all 5 engines and giving them major, massive overhauls. Engine 14 is just finishing up its turn, but that overhaul includes completely redoing the boilers, completely redoing the fireboxes, doing all of the massive work that they've needed. And because they've got several engines, it means that they can take a period of 2 to 4 years to actually get all of that work done. So 14 has been offline for a few years now while they have been getting all that finished up, and it is now back in service. It actually has been running already this year. So it's not just coming back, it's been back this year. It has definitely um, been running around the tracks. So let's see here. So from Craig about Universal, Universal's Helios Grand Hotel will be located inside the park, with 2 moderate-priced hotels, the Stella Nova and Terra Luna resorts, to be located alongside. So 3 hotels, one in the park. That would be cool to stay in the park. Disneyland Paris, the Disneyland Hotel there was basically right at the entrance. You have to walk under the hotel to get into the park. That was really, really cool. So I love stuff like that. It'd be so cool to be able to open up your hotel window and look into the park right there. But yeah, that'd be neat. It's a wonderful gaming. Wonder if they would ever rehaul 13. It's one of those in process. So they have room in that roundhouse for all 5 engines. They can park 3 inside and then 2 outside. They can absolutely keep them all there. They do. But 13 is in that same process I was talking about. So it's nice because they can keep a couple engines in the process of getting rehabbed and overhauled and everything. And they still have 3 other engines that can run. And the worst they need is 2 at Christmas. So it gives them a good group of engines to be able to constantly do the work they need to on these older things. So, yeah. So some neat stuff. Well, I'm going to go ahead and attack this box, but yeah, that was one of the big things when they bought those 2 other engines. Actually, I'm sorry, get this straight. It was 3 other engines that they bought plus a switch engine, and Silver Dollar City already had 3 engines, and it allowed them to take one of those engines, scrap it for parts, and use the other 2 engines to increase their fleet. And that is basically why they can take a couple engines at a time. Have 3 operational, ready to go, have 2 in the process of rehab, and then they just rotate as they do it. It really is a nice thing. And so, yes, they're constantly working on it. There's not an engine that they are abandoning. There is not one that's going to be forgotten about, but it gives them the opportunity to be able to take the time to actually get the work done. So, Jay-Z asking, I'm going to text Judy real quick. I'm holding off here, waiting to see if we can get her in. So, let's see here. Let's see here. Ryan Idias, I'm guessing, is talking about Universal, the park's version of a castle. I have not looked at the plans because I hope to get to the park, so I haven't looked real close in depth to it, but very possible. So very possible. Let's see here. Let's see. Crazy Mike's Fun Channel. Inside the Contemporary Hotel, such a nice hotel. I love being able to stay over there. Lunch Steakhouse 71. Amazing you don't hear the monorail. The monorails are quiet. They're not gas powered, they're electric. Electric engines are quiet. So it's basically just the rolling. And then as it enters, you do have a little bit of noise from the wall of air getting pushed by it as it enters into the hotel. But no, the monorails are quiet. You can stand under those things sometimes and not hear them. So, yeah, it is really neat. I love monorails. I would love to see Walt Disney World get the front of theirs opened. So, Brendan, do I have the items I got from Megan? Thank you for the reminder. Let's see here. Where did I put them? Right there. Yes, I do, Brendan. I was like, I knew there was something that I was getting set up. I'm like, I am forgetting something. What is it? Okay, let's see here. So I will work on this one then. All right. Well, I got a couple different things. In here that I forgot about. I don't think my son's watching, so it was a present for my son, for my daughter. It's a shark hat. Like that. Yeah. Okay. I forgot I had that bag here. So let me see here. So Wreck of 82 is gone. The Wreck of 82 was basically after the one train derailed and tipped. That was the end of the Wreck of 82 because they didn't want anybody thinking about it and being reminded of it. So no, Wreck of 82 is not coming back, and it won't. So, let's see here. I think. All right. So let me start working. Let me get the stuff that Brendan gave me first. Trying to make sure I got the right things. There's a couple different things here. So I got to see Brendan and Megan at Silver Dollar City Saturday. So we've got a Guadalupe River State Park Trails map. I actually am not familiar with Guadalupe River. Wow. I'll have to look at Texas State Parks. Very cool. And this paper maps are cool, guys. I hate that some parks are getting rid of them, but there, now you can see the whole thing. Very cool. And then Brendan also gave me this little bag. Okay. So the state park is just outside San Antonio. Family frequented the park. We lived in San Antonio before moving to DFW. And then we've got the Oklahoma City National Memorial Museum. That was an event. I remember that one. Let's see here. So there's the brochure. And then a pin for the collection. Oh, that one brings back some memories. I remember when that whole thing happened. Wow. And then very cool, a Six Flags Over Texas map. So I hope this is not the last one that they print. I really do. But thank you so much for that, Brendan, because I do not have one for this year. And I'm afraid with the merger with Cedar Fair that they may go all cell phone maps now. But you see, that's a pretty good sized map. That's a cool map. Thank you. Yep, get it all folded up again. Thank you. Let's see here. Considering how nice the engineers and conductors are in the Frisco, I wouldn't doubt that they would abandon an engine for no reason. Okay. So the engineers and especially conductors have no say over the trains. Zip, none, nada. Not operations, not what runs or anything. Same thing with the engineers. They don't make those decisions. So that is not something that any parks engineers really make, other than this engine can run today, this one can't. The chief engineer, who is an old friend of mine, again, he has a budget, but he's still kind of given directions on what he can and can't do. They don't have any option as far as buying engines and stuff like that. The old 82, that wreck, it was never going to run again. It was parted out to keep the other engines running. It was just a frame and a broken car. That's all it was, and it was not ever going to run again. There wasn't even enough left to run. So the wreck of 82, when they had the derailment, they realized the decision was made that that wreck could not stay there. This isn't the engineers. This is the park management. That wreck has to go. Get rid of it. And so it basically has been, a lot of it was discarded. The old car that was out there was just scrapped up. And then the frame, I don't know if they even saved the frame. It's probably, if there is anything that they have kept, it is kept backstage in the maintenance and construction area, but it is not returning. Period. It's gone. And the engineers, again, have no say-so over that at all. It's a nice idea to say, hey, I'm going to go work on the train. I'm going to get to help these decisions and choose this. And that's not how it works. Upper management is the ones that make those decisions and calls. And the conductors and engineers, the engineers are the ones that just say, okay, our daily routine. If you watch my video on the prep of the engines, they have their daily routine. That's what they do is they come in. These are the engines that we're running, and we will go with that. And then the head engineer and then his assistant, they can ask the park, hey, this engine needs that. Can we take it out of service, do some major work? And so they do some, but again, that's over their heads even. So and something like this, Trevelyan said they may swap the frame under 43. That's something I highly doubt, for one, because they don't have another frame to put in. The one that was the wreck is not one that can be used anymore. But again, that's not something that the engineers have a say on. And there would have to be a major reason to do it, and there isn't one. So Trevelyan, I will admit, though, he has ins and he knows stuff that I don't. He knows it better than I do on some cases like that. But there are a lot of things that the engineers wish they had say on, and they don't. And I don't want to be harsh, but that's just the reality of it. That's like saying that the attractions guys have a say on what rides are added to a park or what rides are running or if they get replaced. They've got no say so at all over that. That's all management and people above them. So lots of employees wish they had a lot more say than they do. But the people that you're seeing in the park, that they'll never have a call on that. So stuff Megan gave me. You see, this is one of those things I've been wanting to get to is the Disney display for the 100th anniversary up at Kansas City. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it. It's time and money, but I am so excited because she brought back the whole magazine, and I gotta remember how long this thing is going up there. There's also a Disney animation attraction here in Branson I haven't been to yet. Let me see here. How long is this thing going in Kansas City? I think it's, let's see, now open until, let's see, does it say tickets on sale? About, and I'm trying to see if it actually says last date. They still got tickets for sale. Yeah, maybe one of these days. If I can get church booked up that direction, I can make it work. But let's see here. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. Yeah. All right. A couple other things from Megan. Oh. So we've got the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. I love these little booklets. This is something that they do for all the festivals at Epcot now. You got your little tour booklets with the menus and other stuff. So Thank you for that. And then I'm dropping boxes. Mystery pin sets. This is a pin set I am actively working on trying hard to finish. And then the food and wine pins, I don't have any of these. So I'm going to drop stuff. Craig, don't tempt me. I may chat with you later about that, Craig. Yeah, okay. And Megan, Branson's going till January. Again, I keep meaning to get over there. I had an opportunity to go to the Branson one, but, pre-sale, when I was working 45, 50 hours a week at one job and then trying to do everything else. So I had an offer, but I had no time. Now I have time and I got no offer. Anyways, I'm opening these up to see if I might be able to finally get a couple of the ones I need for my set. Trying. And I don't think I have that one yet. So there is, I believe this is one of the side pieces. I'll have to look it up. In fact, give me a second here. I will go get my set. And there is a corner. Let me go see where I'm at with these. Let's see. All right. Had to grab the right binder. So, binder. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop this page out because it's going to be easier to handle. Let's see. Doing all sorts of weird stuff here. Okay. So here's my puzzle pieces. And I do actually have that one already. So that one will be a trader. But this, however, is a corner I do not have. That is that corner. So yay. Whoop, as I drop. But filled in another part of the puzzle. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. That I'm really excited about that. Trying to get this thing done. Say, don't drop. It's a neat set, and they are very hard to find. So, in fact, Megan says they were in the dinosaur gift shop, but I didn't see them anywhere else. I found them in one shop when we were there last. I had one other person that was looking for them. I found them in one shop. So they are a challenge to find. But let's see. Did I ever make it to Hershey? A few years ago, we got to go. It was right before COVID, if I remember right. We absolutely loved it. Had a great time. So yeah, Solemn Craft, look on my channel for Sir Willow Hershey. And there's like 3 different videos because we had a couple days at the park. We went over to the zoo. We did the Chocolate Town and everything. So yeah, we had a great time with it. Where is the puppy? So the dog is my daughter's. She is exhausted and has an early morning tomorrow. So she is actually already in bed with the dog. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Megan, you're going to love this story. So I'm opening these things up here. I keep my pins logged on a site called Pin and Pop. And a great place to inventory your pins. They also do trading events. And I tried to trade for a couple of these pins and I couldn't get them. That's one of the ones I was trying hard to get. There's also a chip pin. And then the Swedish Chef is another one. I didn't get either one. They turned me down on my trade offers. But those are awesome. Awesome pins. I hadn't realized it was that set. So you can actually see if we can get this in focus for you. There it is. So you've got Stitch, Chip and Dale, and then a whole bunch of other characters on there. Goofy, Donald, Mickey, Minnie, Figment. Awesome set. Thank you. That's another set I've been looking at on the trading theme going, I really like those pins. I really like those pins. So thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool pins. I like pins. I have an issue with liking pins. Oh. I had somebody tell me I had too many pins, and I was like, you're wrong. So, let's see here. For the pins, try your Walt Disney World Shop Online. Disney Shop Online does not have the puzzle pins. Tried it several times. They don't get them in. So, let's see here. So Disney did railroad shop tours. Yes, they do have roundhouse tours where you get to see the Disney train and the monorail. It's an early morning tour. Look up the VIP tours. You can absolutely do it. Silver Dollar City did used to offer it to groups and stuff. They don't anymore as much because the insurance people have said no. In fact, even when I did my behind the scenes thing, I had to show them that I had $1 million health insurance policy that would cover me in case of an issue. And the only reason corporate signed off on me doing it was because I was a former employee who knew safety rules and regulations around the shop. And so they trusted me. But otherwise, no, Disney or Silver Dollar City corporate has said no. So that's why they don't do it. And I don't know that you're going to see them happen anytime soon. There's a lot of people who would love it, but corporate is just pretty adamant about not allowing it. So, like I said, I'm blessed I got to do it. Megan, I was hoping for Swedish Chef for you. Yep, that was awesome. Let's see here. Okay, just kind of glancing over, seeing if I missed anything else. Oh, yes. Hershey Park has Craig's favorite name for a roller coaster ever. Super Duper Looper. It was a fun coaster, too. It's definitely a fun little ride. So, and here you go. Hershey Parks, June 7th and 8th, 2021. So Judy sends me these amazing packages. Judy works at a thrift store, and some of the stuff that gets donated to the thrift stores are just absolutely crazy. And Judy, yeah, part of the big Pennsylvania trip. Absolutely. We went, let's see if I remember right on that trip. We went to Kennywood, Idlewild, Hershey Park, Knoebels, Cedar Point, I think. I think that was. Yeah, we went to a lot of places on that. When we go with Craig, we go to a lot of places. Yes, since I was there, Wildcat's been transformed. I didn't get to ride Wildcat. I had something really weird happen where I had like 2 days before we left on this trip, I was moving a table at our church and tripped and jammed the table into my side and bruised a rib. So I was having to be really careful about what I rode. So I didn't ride Wildcat because I didn't want to make that hurt anymore. But I've heard that great things about it now. Let's see. Oh, and Megan, I scored a very nice Pooh Bear shirt from Judy's thrift shop. Yeah, because Judy sent some awesome stuff. So it'll be fun to see what's in here. And Biggest Bird, what do you think will be in the expansion, Silver Dollar City? So you missed my first 20 minutes. A connection with the resort, I expect, and then I expect to see them talk about some food and some shops and maybe a small ride or two. We'll see. Oh, and then Craig, Flight 93 Memorial was a bonus stop. So don't think we went to America's Roller Coaster. I can't remember if we did Cedar Point there or not. I know we showed Margaret around Cleveland. Yeah, you know what? We didn't do Cedar Point because Margaret had not been to Cedar Point before. That's right. So no, we didn't do it then. It was a fun trip, though. We've had awesome trips. Poor Craig's poor wife, Elizabeth, putting up with us. She puts up with a lot from us. So, all right. So let's see here. The only thing more than singing is more singing. uh, Freestyle acapella. I think this is a little small for me. Yeah, that's a medium. Uh, Otherwise, I would totally rip that. So she does give me things that we donate or that we hand out to other people. My wife and daughter split stuff up. And then my wife teaches at an elementary school, and her school is 30% immigrants. So a lot of these have gone to kids there, and that has been a wonderful plus there. So, do I know if Dollywood was affected by the storm that hit Western North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee? That storm hit a whole lot more than just those. That was the hurricane that from Florida, Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas. Yes, Pigeon Forge had flooding. The river that goes through the town was just crazy. I don't believe they had any major damage though. So let's see. And that's somebody at Margaret School will like that one. That is really cute. There's a nice little dress. There's another dress. That's for a tiny one. This has really been neat though. The kids love when she's been able to come in with all of this stuff, because these immigrants, a lot of them, they come into Branson and they have absolutely nothing. They've had more than a couple families come in literally the skin of their teeth. They've got a couple that came from Afghanistan that were families that advised the Americans right before that big evacuation. They've got a couple from Pakistan. They got a couple from India. I mean, it's really all over the place. So, Greg, yes, Elizabeth puts up with a lot. I will neither confirm nor deny being a contributing factor at times. Oh, yes. Let's see. We're at Magic Kingdom going at the park. Look, Joanna, it's the castle. She'd probably look at you like, what are you talking about? You're nuts. So, but, yeah, hurricane's called Hurricane. Okay, so I want to say Helen, but it could be Helene. I've heard it said both ways. That's why I just said the hurricane. Ooh, baby outfit. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, this box is just crammed full of stuff. Skirt, the jumper. There is a little sweater. Oh, goodness. It's a baby sweater. That one. And then we've got sweats. Oh, my. This is nice. This is a nice outfit. That's high quality stuff there. This one. My favorite. That's cute. Oh, there's a bigger size shirt. Surfing Mickey. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning now. Come on, everybody. Okay. There you go, Craig. Had to get the little bit of singing in there. And, I mean, all sorts of stuff. The kids are going to be loving my wife. Here. Well, that's really cute. That one's probably going to end up here. Let's see here. Are there any other big theme parks besides Silver Dollar City in Missouri? There is a Six Flags. Six Flags St. Louis. Used to be called Six Flags over Mid-America. It's one of the original 3 Six Flags parks. So that is in St. Louis. And then there is Worlds of Fun in Kansas City. Yep. Leprechaun Mickey. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Make it stop. Aw. Hey, Megan, pretty sure that Surfing Mickey was part of a Target release this year. Awesome. Worlds of Fun, though, is a great park. I do really enjoy Worlds of Fun. Six Flags St. Louis, I am hoping starts getting some attention again. It has really been neglected under current Six Flags management, and previous Six Flags management, and it just needs some help. Let's see, what have we got? got a couple other things in here. Pajamas. I want to say Amber, I think, had a pair of pajamas like that at one point. So. Thanks, Mike. Oh. Stickers. Really cool stickers, actually. I came up with some stuff for those. It's a little small. Let's see. Okay. So that one doesn't fit me. I can go. Let's see. We got the dress. Goodness, there's still. I'm getting close. Getting close. So much in here. Well, that's different. There you go. Skirt with pants. That's really cute. See, this is when I'm holding stuff up like this and I'm going, I wish I had some grandkids to be able to give this stuff to and put on and then my kids go, stop, Dad, stop. Yeah, Brendan, gotta love how Craig follows up a don't sing post with song lyrics. Yeah. Let's see here. Hey, Craig, you were rocking the bows. Reminds me of the fundraiser tutu. That was fun. You know what was sad about that whole fundraiser deal? So several years back, we did a Coastin' for Kids fundraiser, which raises money for Give Kids the World Village. Got to go out to Coastin' for Kids. Yeah, get it right. Got to go out to Frontier City in Oklahoma. Spent the day out there riding rides. Live streamed a lot of the day. And, of course, while I'm live streaming, because we're trying to raise money, so I had several times. I'm like, hey, guys, here's where to donate and everything. That's a really cute shirt. Margaret might steal that one. Would you believe me doing a fundraiser to help other people? I lost like 75 subscribers over the course of that because they were like, he's asking for money. Yeah, not for me, to help others. That was frustrating. That was disappointing. Although we did raise, I was the single most, the largest source of donations for that specific event, which was really cool. We raised almost $1,000 for Give Kids the World Village with that fundraiser, which I was very proud of. So that is cute. That one may stay here. So, this one is nice. I've got the t-shirt kind of like that, very similar to it. And one more. Whew. This is a lot of stuff. I get a big old pile here now. There we go. Thank you, Judy. Like I said, a lot of this is going to end up with kids at my wife's school. They will love it and appreciate it. But yeah, I love being able to do fundraisers. But since then, I've kind of been a little more hesitant because it was really disappointing that people were like, how dare you ask for money to help others? So, Captain Mickey Mouse. Have you been to Dollywood? It's my dream to go there someday. I've actually been to Dollywood 3 times. And I do have videos on the channel. So if you go to the channel homepage, well, let me just see if I can pull one up here for you. And try and give you a link into the chat because I've got a couple different ones. So I will throw a couple links to my Dollywood videos into the chat so that way you can actually see those and make it a little easier. So if you want to see us visiting Dollywood, know what it's like, there you go. So, let's see here. What else we got? Crazy Mike. Oh, that's a terrible joke. I will remember and use that one. So, Give Kids the World. It's so wonderful. A former Make-A-Wish kid here. So if you aren't familiar with Give Kids the World, they work hand in hand with Make-A-Wish. For Make-A-Wish families, when they come down to Disney, Give Kids the World Village is where many of them stay. It's a resort designed specifically for kids in need with their needs in mind. So whether it's disabled or whether it's Make-A-Wish. And they just have all sorts of wonderful things there. Uh, I don't mention a whole lot of charities on the channel, but the ones I do mention, Make-A-Wish, Give Kids the World Village, Convoy of Hope. And actually, right now is a good time to mention Convoy with all of the disaster relief stuff. Convoy of Hope is out there doing a lot of amazing work. If you are wanting if you're wanting to help with all the relief stuff going on right now, look up Convoy of Hope. I know a lot of people automatically think Red Cross. I am not a Red Cross fan for a number of reasons, including the fact that they stiffed us at a time when we were disaster victims. But look up Convoy. Convoy is a fantastic group. So, yeah, Tom, must have been before my time. The fundraiser was so much fun, though. We really had a great time doing it. And I don't want to sound negative. I really I had a great time. We did add some other subscribers. It was just kind of a surprise when analyzing it later and went, wow, we lost people during that? That's just weird. So, yeah. S&C are railway lines. Did you, I guess you missed me mentioning Worlds of Fun in Kansas City. So, yeah. So we got 3 major theme parks in Missouri. And then we got a couple smaller attractions as well. So, Silver Dollar City is easily the best park. Worlds of Fun is a very good park. Six Flags St. Louis needs help. So, have I heard about Cedar Point getting the new roller coaster next year? I've heard that they're having to fix Top Thrill Dragster 2 and having to get that fixed up again. I actually have a friend who works with a company that does that. They were so excited about it, and then they ran into the issues. So, Top Thrill 2, hopefully for next year. I have not heard about them getting anything else. So, Craig, here we go. You know it's coming. Eastbound or down, loaded up and trucking. We're going to do what he wishes I wouldn't do. Let's sing. Okay. You should come to Six Flags New England. Okay, so you're new to my channel. So you get the pass on this one. We kind of laughed that there are all these standard comments I get. And so I kind of have these canned answers for a lot of them. So let's see here. And where is it? So one is if you ask, well, what's your favorite? There's that. And I don't actually have my other flashing banner. Oh no, I lost it. So the other thing I had is, when are you going to come to? And my standard answer was, when are you going to pay for it? Because I'm on a very tight budget. And if you know what I'm doing now, a lot of my time is actually spent traveling to different churches on weekends and speaking at them and doing some other fundraising things and I'm a busy person. So tight budget because I'm married to a teacher, and then running around. When I do get to go on these trips, I am amazingly blessed because I have people like Craig who honestly spoil us and sponsor us and cover a lot of the expenses, because I just couldn't do it otherwise. So Craig has been a huge blessing to me. A gentleman named Leo, who's the one who took me to Disneyland Paris, and a couple of the other things that he's done. I've also had a wonderful, wonderful other guy who spoiled me. I don't know if he wants me to call his name out. We kind of jokingly called him Voldemort for a while there, but I'll just say it anyways. It's John. John has spoiled me. I've had several people like them that have come in and just done some wonderful things for me and covered costs that I couldn't do. And so I'm blessed that way. So a lot of times when, you see people going, well, why don't you come? So Captain Mickey Mouse, use your money from YouTube to do stuff. So here's this wonderful idea is that the people see my subscriber base and go, he must make lots of money. I don't make anywhere near as much money as you think I do. I promise you. My supporters, the patrons, and YouTube members, they get inside access. They see how much I make and don't make. And trust me, what I make off YouTube isn't even enough to cover monthly expenses. My YouTube channel operates at a loss every year. And part of that is on purpose, but yeah, it's not, I don't make that much money off of it. So, let's see here, but we have been blessed with it. We really have. The biggest blessing I get from the channel isn't financial by any means. It's in the people. I've made some amazing friends. You can see Megan and Brendan and Craig chiming in, and several of the others. I've been blessed with the people I've met and who've met me, and the relationships. That's probably been the best part. And the travel and other stuff has been really new too. So let's see here. And let's see. Could you show people that aren't members what you make? I will put it this way. I make less than $1,000 a month on the channel. Much less. That should give you a good idea. If you want to know more detailed stuff, every couple months with my YouTube members and my patrons, I do Zoom calls. It's a video conference call, and we talk about stuff like that. And we can go into details and things like that. But that's stuff that I do keep for those financial supporters, really kind of as a thank you and an incentive. And that really kind of, it's a way to reward them and say thanks. So let me give you some exclusive stuff. So where do you live? On the East Coast? Nope, not on the East Coast. I'm in Missouri. That's why we talked about it so much. Nope. Closest I lived to the East Coast, I spent 7 years in Florida, 5 of which I worked at Disney. But I haven't lived down in Florida since 2011. So, yeah, been a little while. YouTubers. So, and I like to talk to my wife's students about this too. There's this idea that if you're on YouTube, you're rich and you're famous. And YouTubers, 98%, I believe, 98% of people who produce videos on YouTube never make money. And I started out with the channel hoping to make some money. It's been nice to make a little bit, but that's not why I do it. So, but yeah, I'm in the top 2-3% of YouTubers, and I don't make that much. Those people that make a lot of money, that have the hundreds of thousands of subscribers and stuff, they're a very small number. So, let's see. If you want to see make a mail out to SirWillow, the TARDIS on the shelf on the left. Let's see here and see if it's right there. That little guy. So, and honestly, a lot of the stuff that you see behind me, Stitch and the Figment there, those were actually made for me by a viewer. A lot of the magnets that you see over here, that little Figment figure, let's see here, popcorn bucket, the Yoda mug, trying to get my finger. That was painted for me by somebody. So a lot of the stuff that you see in the background has been gifts and stuff from viewers too. And that has honestly been very cool as well. Again, all part of the stuff where I say when I'm blessed, that yes, I am absolutely blessed. So, great stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, if y'all want to still chat and everything, I can go on for a little bit more. Everybody else is in bed, but I'm here. Because all I'm probably going to do after this, I'm probably going to go video game. I need to update Disney. My daughter's been giving me a bad time. I have not updated my Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I'm probably going to update it after this and log in and probably play on that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that on Twitch a little bit. So, although I can't talk too much because I can't keep talking and keep them awake. So, let's see. Got some interesting Kennywood for you. Footers and concrete supporters could be going for a new refurbishment steel curtain. That would be cool. That would be really cool. So, loved Kennywood was such a neat park. It really is. So, but yeah, I'm excited for new coasters. So here's the deal. And Tom, much more to life than money. Absolutely. Uh, Absolutely. And in fact, my next couple years are definitely going to be about more than money. One of the things that we're working on is we're hoping to be able to go study Hebrew and stuff in Israel for a couple years, and that's kind of where our focusing is. So there's a lot of me that's like, "Ooh, new coasters." I'm not going to be able to get to them, so I'm kind of not paying as much attention to some of the new expansions and stuff because I know I'm not going to be able to go visit them. So there's kind of this weird dichotomy going on. Um, that and the other thing, um, I'm guessing Captain Mickey Mouse, high school, college, is when you get older, you do realize that there's a lot more in parks than coasters. Uh, so I go to a park like Silver Dollar City, and I may not ride a coaster all day. Although Saturday we've got several rides in, but I love checking out everything else. So I love coasters. I still love riding them, absolutely. But there's so much more I love to see and do too. So I don't get as hung up. Um, what's my opinion on Six Flags St. Louis? Sad, sad. Um, when I first got to visit the park back in 2004, we really enjoyed the park. There was a lot there that we liked. Um, and then it basically got to sit and do over the last 20 years, not a whole lot. It lost several things and it just stagnated. And the company has not invested in it. It hasn't done anything, which is really sad when you realize it's one of the original three Six Flags parks. So I'm hopeful with the merger now finished that the new merging company will look at it and go, hey, we need to do something with this. But then at the same time, I have to remember that a lot of the management with Cedar Fair are also the same ones that ran um, Michigan Adventure and haven't done a whole lot with that. And oh gosh, what's the other name? Mark. Um, I don't know. Six Flags St. Louis needs a lot of help. It needs people who care to bring it back up to standard, to invest in the infrastructure, to get some idea of theming and interest back in it. You walk around Six Flags St. Louis now, and it's just like, eh, there's no energy or excitement like it should have. It's got some great rides in it. Um, it had a couple wonderful coasters, a couple coasters I love riding, but it's very flat um, atmosphere wise. Yeah, it needs some love. It really needs some love. So, uh, yeah, and Craig Kalai. Go to Cedar Point or Kennywood, and I don't ride any coasters because theirs have bigger drops than Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Have I eaten at Space 220 yet? Yes, thank you again to Craig. We did get to eat at Space 220. Neat restaurant. Love the atmosphere. The food was good. I wouldn't sit there and say go for the food. You're going for the atmosphere, absolutely. Um, but it was a neat experience to be able to eat there, and we had good meals. The food was good, but it's not the food I remember, if that makes sense. So, but I would not go to Space and order burgers. If I'm going to be at a nicer restaurant like that, I'm going to order something that I'm not going to get outside at a walk up restaurant. I want something that I'm going to get unique. So, but yeah, any sit down restaurant at Disney is going to be super super expensive. Epcot doesn't have energy anymore. Ah, I know. That's so sad. Responding, what's your current favorite? The park I am in would be my favorite. So, and yes, Craig has all these dates and everything down. Craig keeps track of all of this stuff. Uh, in fact, if you ever get to go to a park with Craig, you'll notice he carries around a notebook on him. And in it, he notes what you do each day, what time you do them, wait times for them. Um, and it's really neat. Uh, it's something that you can go back and look at later and just see this incredible record. In fact, hold tight 1 second. So Judy, with this trip that they're talking about, took advantage of Craig's notebook and used it to help produce this. This, I think, is one of the most amazing gifts I have ever been given, because she basically goes through and she chronicles that whole trip with us. Chronicles the year, actually. And so we get Busch Gardens in there, and then we get the Disney. So there's Busch Gardens. And then we've got the Disney trips. And she used Craig's notes as a major source of what we did and when we did it, and along with timelines and everything. So it really, this is really cool. Really cool. But yeah, Craig is fantastic when it comes to keeping track of stuff like that too. So yes, grateful for Judy for all of her wonderful stuff. And yeah, I've just got amazing people. The thing that really blows me away is just how much I've been spoiled by people. I really have. And those are both great examples of it. Perfect examples of it. What are some of your bucket list parks to visit? Six Flags Great Adventure would be right up there. I would love to get, there's several in Europe I would love to go to. Efteling, Alton Towers is on there. Goodness, I'm going to go blank on the names. Basically, most of the parks in Europe I would absolutely love to get to. I'd love to get up to the couple in Montreal. Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea would be right up there. Love to get down to the Gold Coast in Australia. There's several places so there's a lot of parks I've not been to that I would love to get to. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. We actually had a deal a few years ago when we had gone to Israel. We were supposed to go to Israel in the summer. And the way this trip had worked out, we had our dates all set. We'd actually visited, we had finished that trip up to Pennsylvania with Craig, and we were going to get home and basically turn around and go to Israel for a couple months. At the end of Israel, we were going to fly over to the United Arab Emirates, and we were going to hit all the amazing things there with some friends. And right at the end of our trip with Craig, COVID canceled the whole thing. So we almost had the chance to go to all those wonderful parks in the United Arab Emirates, and it just all fell apart thanks to COVID. COVID also killed Gold Coast because we were going to do Australia. Had that opportunity. I was going to do Tokyo Disney and stuff, visiting my daughter. COVID killed that. I've had opportunities, and probably not going to get them back. But oh well, that's okay. We can make it work. So, but yeah, even so, I've still been able to do stuff that I never imagined being able to do. So I am grateful for that. And trust me, I am, because I didn't think I'd ever get to Coney Island. Got to do that. Knoebels, I got to do years ago. Didn't think I'd ever get to go back. Been back there twice now. And my wife will tell you Knoebels is one of her favorite parks. Love Knoebels. If I had to make a group of favorites, Knoebels would definitely be up in there. Just the whole visit across Pennsylvania and New York and all of that, and getting to do it a couple times. It's just been really, really neat. So, I've been blessed. So, well, I don't want to keep you all and bore you to tears. I mean, we still got over 25 of you watching right now. I'm kind of like, wow, you all don't have something better to do on a Friday night? But thank you for spending it with me. I appreciate it. I hope you all have had fun and that this has been interesting. Let me know your ideas. We do have a few things in the works. I do have the vlog, which I'm going to post live right after this is over. And then I've got part 3 of my collab coming up with, you can tell I'm getting tired, with Tweetsy Railroader. So that's going to be coming up And then I'm working with Terry Sanders from Silver Dollar City to get that put together, to have a collab with him. If you don't know about Terry Sanders, it's going to be some amazing stuff. So that is all in the works, and I've got some other things coming up that I'm working on too. So excited about those, hoping that they will all work out, and it should be a lot of fun. But I still always love your ideas, your feedback, and comments. Please don't hesitate to leave them. And if you ever want to write or send mail or anything, address is in the comments below. Don't forget to check that. Thank you guys so incredibly much. I really do appreciate it. And poor Craig, yep, he's a glutton for punishment. The poor guy likes hanging around me. I don't get it, but I'm grateful for it. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful Friday night. God bless.